The Ride or Die Who Wasn't, a story of betrayal and karma. In a world where loyalty is often taken for granted, there was a man named Marcus who thought he had found his ride or die, a woman named Leela. They had history, a bond that Marcus believed was unbreakable. Leela was his confidant, his partner in crime, and the one person he thought would always have his back. But what Marcus didn't realize was that Leela's loyalty had an expiration date, and it was about to run out. Marcus had recently ended a relationship with a woman named Elena. Elena was everything Marcus wasn't ready for: grounded, ambitious, and full of integrity. She had brought stability and balance to his life, but Marcus, always chasing the next thrill, felt suffocated. He wanted freedom, and he found it in Leela, who promised him excitement and adventure. What he didn't see was that Leela had her own agenda. Leela had always been envious of Elena. She saw how Marcus had changed when he was with her, how he became more focused, more driven, and more at peace. Leela wanted that for herself, but she didn't want to put in the work. Instead, she manipulated Marcus, feeding him lies about Elena and painting herself as the one who truly understood him. Marcus, blinded by his desire for freedom, fell for it hook, line, and sinker. But Leela wasn't the only one with secrets. Enter the third party, a man named Victor. Victor was Leela's ex, a smooth talker with a knack for manipulation. He had always been jealous of Marcus and saw an opportunity to insert himself back into Leela's life. Victor convinced Leela that together, they could take Marcus for everything he had. Leela, desperate to maintain her hold on Marcus, agreed. What followed was a web of lies and deceit. Leela and Victor worked together to sabotage Marcus's life, spreading rumors about him and even attempting to cast spells to bring him down. They believed they were untouchable, that their plan was foolproof, but karma had other plans. One day, Marcus received a call from an old friend who had overheard Leela and Victor plotting against him. At first, Marcus couldn't believe it. Leela was his ride or die, the one person he thought he could trust. But as the truth unraveled, Marcus realized just how deep the betrayal went. Leela had been using him all along, and Victor had been pulling the strings from the shadows. The fallout was swift and brutal. Leela and Victor's plan backfired spectacularly. Victor, who had promised Leela wealth and power, turned out to be a fraud. He had been manipulating her just as much as he had manipulated Marcus. Leela found herself trapped in a toxic situation, realizing too late that she had traded a genuine connection with Marcus for a hollow promise from Victor. Meanwhile, Marcus began to rebuild his life. He reconnected with Elena, who had moved on but still cared for him deeply. Together, they created a new family, one built on trust, respect, and love. Marcus realized that true loyalty wasn't about blind devotion, it was about mutual respect and shared values. As for Leela and Victor, they were left to deal with the consequences of their actions. Leela, once so confident in her ability to manipulate others, found herself isolated and alone. Victor, the so-called King of Swords, was exposed as a weak and deceitful man. Their tower of lies crumbled, leaving them to face the judgment of their own choices. In the end, Marcus learned a valuable lesson. Not everyone who claims to be your ride or die actually is. Sometimes, the people who truly have your back are the ones you least expect. And sometimes, the best revenge is simply living well.